ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। संसार सागरे मग्नं दीनं मां करुणानिधे कर्ममोहगृहीताङ्गं मामुद्धर भवार्णवात्। श्रीमद्भागवताख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्षः कृष्ण एव हि स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुक्त्यर्थं भवसागरे। मनोरथो मदीयोऽयं सफलः सर्वथा त्वया निर्विघ्नेनैव कर्तव्यः दासोऽहं तव केशव। सुगरोपप्रबोधज्ञ सर्वशास्त्रविशारद एतत्कथाप्रकाशेन मदज्ञानं विनाशय। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्त भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ पञ्चविंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ॐ गुणानाम् असमिश्राणां पुमान्येन यथा भवेत् तन्मे पुरुषवर्येदम् उपधारय शंसतः। शमोदमस्तितिक्षेक्षा तपः सत्यं दया स्मृतिः तुष्टिस्त्यागो स्पृहा श्रद्धा ह्रीर्दयादिः स्वनिर्वृतिः। काम इहा मदस्तृष्णा स्तंभ आशीर्भिदा सुखं मदोत्साहो यशप्रीतिः हास्यं वीर्यं बलोद्यमः क्रोधो लोभो अनृतं हिंसा याञ्चादम्भः क्लमः कलिः शोकमोहौ विषादार्ति निद्राशाभीरनुद्यमः सत्त्वस्य रजसश्चैताः तामसश्चानुपूर्वशः वृत्तयो वर्णितप्रायाः सन्निपातमथो शृणु। सन्निपातस्त्वहमिति ममेत्युद्धवयामतिः व्यवहारः सन्निपातः मनोमात्रेन्द्रियासुभिः धर्मे चार्थे च कामे च यदासौ परिनिष्ठितः। गुणानां सन्निकर्षोऽयं श्रद्धारतिधनावहः प्रवृत्तिलक्षणे निष्ठा पुमान् यर्हि गृहाश्रमे स्वधर्मे चानुतिष्ठेत। गुणानां समितिर्हि सा पुरुषं सत्त्वसंयुक्तम् अनुमीयात् शमादिभिः कामादिभिः रजोयुक्तं क्रोधाद्यैः तमसायुतं यदा भजति मां भक्त्या निरपेक्षः स्वकर्मभिः तं सत्त्वप्रकृतिं विद्यात् पुरुषं स्त्रियमेव वा। यदा ह्याशिष आशास्य मां भजेत स्वकर्मभिः तं रजः प्रकृतिं विद्यात् हिंसाम् आशास्य तामसं सत्वं रजस्तम इति गुणा जीवस्य नैव मे चित्तजायैस्तु भूतानां सज्जमानो निबध्यते यदेतरौ जयेत् सत्वं भास्वरं विशदं शिवं तदा सुखेन युज्येत धर्मज्ञानादिभिः पुमान् यदा जयेत् तमः सत्वं रजः सङ्गं भिदाचलं तदा दुःखेन युज्येत कर्मणा यशसा श्रिया यदा जयेत् रजः सत्वं तमो मूढं लयं जडं युज्येत शोकमोहाभ्यां निद्रया हिंसयाशया यदा चित्तं प्रसीदेत च इन्द्रियाणां च निर्वृतिः देहे अभयं मनो असङ्गं तत्सत्त्वं विद्धि मत्पदं विकुर्वन् क्रिया चाधीः अनिर्वृत्तिश्च चेतसाम गात्रा स्वास्थ्यं मनोभ्रान्तं रज एतैर्निशामया सीदच्चित्तं विलीयेत चेतसो ग्रहणे क्षमं मनो नष्टं तमोग्लानिः तमस्तत् उपधारय एधमाने गुणे सत्त्वे देवानां बलमेधते असुराणां च रजसि तमस्युद्धवरक्षसां सत्त्वात् जागरणं विद्यात् रजसा स्वप्नमादिशेत् प्रस्वापं तमसा जन्तोः तुरीयं त्रिषु सन्ततम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्यं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चितकरिचित् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ पञ्चविंशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रयविभागयोगः श्री भगवानुवाच Having saluted all the devatas, gurus, by now we have understood one thing very certainly, कि unless so much of the listening is done, even that information also never enters into our brain. Mainly because of this Kali Yuga, and in the Kali, the kashta to live the life, and to live the life which is difficult, people are forced to be extroverted, and therefore all their attention is outside, and outside living only the life. This sort of a conviction people are in. There is some inner life, spiritual life. Even to get into that idea also so tough for the people. Some people come to the spirituality, again all that spirituality they do again is only for the outer benefits only. This is the toughness of Kali Yuga, because of which everybody is extroverted. And then you and I, if after so many of years, little information is entering into us, then how much forcefully we have to invoke the grace of God and Guru, and how much forcefully we have to listen to the God, Guru, and Shastra again to get to the next level of conviction that spirituality alone should be the goal. देख लो, not anything else, not dharma, artha, kama. Only moksha should be the goal. To come to that conviction, how much of the guru's tapasya we need to invoke, how much guru also has to struggle to teach us, and we also have to give chance for the guru and Bhagwan to guide us for the conviction, full conviction. After that, the real tests start. You know, that wanting to do sadhana, taking spirituality only as the goal, is declaring the war. Only declaring the war is not war. War is war. When we enter into the battlefield, then we will know how fierce are the weapons of the enemies, how tough and difficult to encounter them, defeating them and getting victory to ourselves. Now, at that moment, even after getting convinced that Paramatma alone is goal that is achieved through Adhyatmic sadhana, every moment, every step, every place, we'll have to fight out the outer and inner battles. Now, how much inspiration is required for us for that? Who gives it? Guru and Shastra and in satsang only. How much stamina, strength we need? Who gives us? Our own Shamadamadi gunas. Our own upasana to the Paramatma gives us. Only then, with that strength and stamina and inspiration, in spite of any number of obstacles coming, we will be able to move. Like in the oceans, when it is full moon time, such a huge waves and tides come. Those boatmen who are yachts in their boat are driving it, even the fishermen, how tough it is for them when the waves are coming from that side and slashing at the boat. So much of risk, fear there. कभी कोई इतने बड़े बड़े ला रहा आते, but then somehow they negotiate. When very huge waves come, so then they go back little bit, go a little far off distance, take other route, but they don't stop. They keep on doing their fish hunting or whatever trading they have to do. Spiritual life also is like that. Therefore, we should, why all this introduction is said, we should never go away from those sources which are informing us, which are inspiring us, which are empowering us continuously towards Adhyatmikata. This is the only help which we can do to ourselves. Anything else other than it, how much ever it looks to be, I am helping myself, but I am not helping. Because, after all, whatever I achieve with my own efforts or God's grace in the worldly achievements, all of that one day has to be left. None of them has given the fulfillment to anyone in any period of history. How much are you say, okay, I have not did any sadhana spiritual, but Swamiji, I have become so successful in the world. That's all good, but not the best. That's the ultimate it is. All that, every ounce of iota of that, whatever you have collected here, you have to live. Only what you can take is your samskaras and your any spiritual knowledge. Baki sara. Earbud also you can't take. Smuggling from here to there. Checkbooks you can't take. Your all fixed deposits you can't take. Whatever you have achieved here, your big banks, ownerships, big companies and ownerships, कुछ भी है, पूरा खाली हाथ ही जाना है. Therefore, our help to ourselves is most important. Our help to our help is those places where we are informed, where we are given the goal and means guidance, when we are continuously inspired, and when we are empowered. Those should not be left. Information, inspiration, and empowerment. Wherever we get these three, that place we should never leave. That's the help we do to ourselves. Whatever the mind says, whatever the senses say, whatever the thoughts of postponing it, finding an excuse comes up. In spite of all of that, we have to keep on. At least we'll be on the track when we this way help ourselves. Then again, as said, to get convinced about it, again apply the intellect after listening from the Guru, having the information kept in the mind. When we contemplate on that, then we know whatever we are doing. Otherwise, he's giving this and that, not the ultimate. But in the Rishis, Munis, Gurus, in the Shastra, they say, when they found the truth or the self, they got the ultimate. Therefore, I am convinced. Therefore, I try for it. In this way, today's thought, mainly in the beginning, is what? It takes time, it takes effort, and it has to be consistent. Then only we can help ourselves. Now, coming to the topic of the three gunas, we are exhaustively seeing as given to us by Lord Krishna. So beautiful it is, each of the gunas. Now, these gunas and also have their what do you say, quantitative influence also, like tamoguna, mediocre tamoguna, extreme tamoguna, rajoguna, mediocre rajoguna, and very high level of rajoguna, sattva guni, upar wala, yeah, middle level. But one can be aggressively sattva guni also. Those who are aggressive in any of those gunas, their outputs, respectively, whatever they are, will be of the great quantity or level. Those are the very low level, sattva tamasa, उनका performance achievement भी उतना ही होता है. So we have already exhaustively seen Shuddha Sattva Lakshanas, Rajoguna Lakshanas, Tamoguna Lakshanas, Asamishra, when they are not admixed with each other. Pure Sattva, pure Rajas, pure Tama. Now in the Tamoguna, last 2-3 we were discussing yesterday, little more if you touch it upon, then we have concluded the topic. Then the summation of the gunas, if that is there, how a person's antakarana, how a person's behavior will be there in the 4 or 5 slokas, it will be given to us in 3 or 4 points. Before that, yesterday we saw Nidra, Asha, so excessive sleep. Minimum it is required, but beyond that, it is a habit to sleep excessively. So by all the techniques of self-inspiration, moderation in the food, through variety of activities, not exhausting ourselves in the unwanted activities, which otherwise seek lot of nidra, ये सब करके this minimum required nidra should be there. Else, if we sleep 12 hours per day, that means if our age is 40 years, 80 years, 90 years, 45 years, we slept only in that. Is it not? Any 1 hour extra slept is equal to 1/24 of our life is eaten away. If 3 hours extra, if you sleep, then 1/8 hour is eaten away. 1/8 of our life is eaten away. Now I add here to the sleep all those things where we are not doing anything productive, constructive, creative for ourselves. Though it is not said here, it is better even to take rest rather than wasting our time in that and spoiling our present and future. So, Nidra is a Bhayankara Tamoguna. Overeating infuses Nidra. Wrong food eating infuses Nidra. Not having a higher goal infuses Nidra. Excessive indulgence with senses and mind, because of which we are tired, even physically also, that induces excessive Nidra. Therefore, understanding all of that, balancing all of them, minimum hours we sleep, and all the time we are active, alert with Sattva Guna to do something spiritual for ourselves or world service. That's how we have to live. Otherwise, Nidra is Tamaguna. And you can see in the world, people, so many Nidralus they are there throughout life. School में start किया उसने सोना और सोते ही गए जिंदगी भर. But there are some great people, they have trained themselves by all practices. Just now said that the nights 4.5 to 5.5 hours, sufficient sleep for them. And if the work calls for, in the afternoon, maybe a 15-20 minutes of nap. That's how they're satisfied, not only satisfied, the required recouping of all the mind senses happens to them in those 4-5 hours. That's what we have to achieve. उससे कम सोना भी फिर तबीयत ठीक नहीं. And that, remember, any of the sadhanas of this sort should not be aimed at achieving overnight. They have to be done slowly, steadily. 10 cigarettes per day you are smoking or 10 डब्बा सडनली छोड़ नहीं सकते. एक कम करना है. So if I'm sleeping 8-9 hours, suddenly you can't make it 4 hours. It will be very chaotic for the body and all. So if you are sleeping 9 hours, make it 8.5 for a week, then come to 8. Keep the target. I'll be achieving the 6 hours sleep or 5.5 hours in the next 3 or 4 months of time in this way. So to food also. This much also I can eat, and with this much also I can be satisfied. One can have little of the gross food, and with more of liquids, one can be energetic also. It's all depending again your dietitian, your doctor, your body's nature. What we have to train is time is not wasted to consume them, time is not wasted to digest them, energy is not wasted to digest them. ऐसा होना चाहिए. by the way. So this is how the Nidra Tamoguna, we have to be very careful. Then we spoke about the Asha. Yesterday we studied it exhaustively. What is Asha is what? Non-performance and yet keeping on waiting. That something will happen, then something can be done, something is achieved. Now, among the entire Lakshanas of Tamoguna, this Lakshana is the most cunning fellow. This Lakshana, most cunning fellow, which keeps on cheating a person if he is not aware. What is the meaning of it? The work in hand, the Kartavya Karma or the Sadhana, has to be done when? In the present. Instead of doing it in the present with whatever the hundreds of reasons, when it is postponed for tomorrow, that is called as Asha. That's the terrible of the Tamoguna. It to justify its Asha, it brings so many things. Only to make us postpone the work from doing now to any day other than today. It says, अच्छा नया गवर्नमेंट आएगा या अगला वाला साल शोभाकृत है, सो उस साल अच्छा हो सकता है. और माई astrologer said after 8 months things will be starting good. He said after 8 months it is good means अब से मेहनत करने से, not that if you don't do now. Is it not? My children will come from there, or the friends will come, or I'll become better in my health. What is this happening is Asha. Means now present situation is not good, in future situations will be good, that time I'll do. This Tamoguna, this guna is called of Tamoguna, this called as Asha, because of which we are looking tomorrow. A better guru will come for me to teach Bhagavatam. You understand? A better ashram I will go so that I can do sadhana there. And or let me finish all these immediate obligations or desires, then I'll be peaceful at mind. Better that will be better that time for me to do a manana chintana of the Upanishad. ये सारे तमोगुण हैं जिसमें आज के काम कल को पोस्टपोन करना और किसी के ऊपर छोड़ना. रिमेंबर एज वी स्टडीड इन भिक्षु गीता, ना हम जनों में सुख दुख हेतु न देवतात्मा ग्रह कर्म काला. इन द सेम वे ना हम जनों में साधना हेतु आल्सो. सुख दुख का वो लोग हेतु नहीं है, साधना के लिए नो बडी इज ए हेतु. फर्स्ट हेतु इज मी. यू कीप डूइंग एंड हुएवर इज हेल्पिंग टेक दैट हेल्प. हुएवर इज obstructing us keep them away and keep moving. अरे अपना है भाई, here and now, otherwise never and nowhere. These are the two sentences, remember, here and now, otherwise never and nowhere. Now here, even this moment, that is what kurvanneveha karmani jijivishya satakam samaha. And also in so many of shastras we have seen ki before we die, if you don't go to the truth, know the truth, then it is equivalent to atmahatya only. तांस्ते प्रेत्यावगच्छन्ति एके च आत्मनो जनाः. When it said nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karne, what all of that means is what? Today is in our hands. याद रख लेना. Whatever we have done today is alone is done. Tomorrow God knows. We need not know. Let us do today. With the satisfaction of doing today, even if the death comes, embrace, because today I have done. Like today I have done my 6 classes. I am happy. इफ ऐसे कल करूंगा, कल करो या ना करो अलग बात, आज तो मिस हो गया ना. इन द सेम वे कल करो या ना करो, आज तो कर लिया. और एक दिन जिंदा है, और एक दिन करो, और एक साल 10 साल. आशा इज सच ए टेरेबल तमोगुण. इट आल्सो इज रजोगुण when it is for bhoga. But here asha is some convenient time will come, at that time I will start. Shubha muhurat. This when we have to say muhurta and all, but that should not be a cause for postponing. बिना मेहनत का कुछ नहीं मिलता, जितना मेहनत मिला किया उतना ही मिलता है. आशा हैज नथिंग टू डू. It is only the mind's tamoguna manipulates not to allow us to do in the present. Even अगले जन्म सब अच्छा होगा तब करेंगे. If this life if you do, then it will be. In the continuation of this, next life will be better, not otherwise. Asha is very exhaustively explained. Asha is equal to right now only we have to do, we should not do. Postpone it. That's called as tamoguna. Where bhihi. Yesterday we spoke about bhihi. That is the fear. And the entire cause of fear is तादात्म्य with the देह. Therefore, देह का भोग चला जाएगा, देह का सुख चला जाएगा, देह को कष्ट देना पड़ेगा, देह को और कुछ हो जाएगा. These are the very deeply hidden things in the heart, because of which always fear is there to take up any new initiative. Like the parents send the child to the town for the study. They are so attached to that fellow कि उसको कुछ हो जाएगा, hostel में खाना will not be good, somewhere in the road something will happen, or his friends will be spoiling him. These are all excuses they give not to send the child. All of them are born out of their excessive attachment to that fellow. So here our attachment to our dehendriyadi, mainly deha, gives us such a fear that एक घंटा कम सोने से मुझे क्या हो जाएगा. One day, if I do the fasting, what will happen to me? Me means the body here. Huh? If I sit erect and do sadhana, my back may will ache. If I do by walking the Vaishnava Yatra, something will happen to me. No, these are all vocally, fully not said, but all of them are kept in mind deeply, and therefore only when somebody says, "Chalo yaar yatra jate," I will not go. चलो सुबह उठ के प्रभात फेरी जाते हैं, I will not come. Well, let us do half day or one day fasting. It is not possible to me. All of these non doings are because of fear. Fear is because of our identity with the things. It is always better to die while performing like an army soldier, not the dying at home attacked by some diseases or some bacteria, virus. Small thing attacked and killed me. Is it not? And especially when the goal is the immortality, the self, the truth, the reality, how can we be afraid of anything? And always remember, when we are invoking grace of Bhagavan Guru, when we are on the righteous path with conviction, all good alone is going to happen to us. With that faith, we have to transcend the fears and keep on moving. Otherwise, darpok. Somehow this fearness entered into Hindus so much that all stupid fellows were so much afraid. We allow them to come and attack us, destroy our temples and all. They, Babre. Why one Chhatrapati Shivaji? Why one? Everyone should be like that. You have to inspire the youth, the entire generation to such an extent, they conquer the entire world. How come? बुराई करने में, बुरा करने में रोको बच्चों को, वहां डर सिखाओ. But not when we have to defend our dharma, our culture, our Hinduism, and also our duties and all. How much fear is induced for various reasons. बचपन से लेकर वो डरा के सिखाया. That Jijabai, what she taught to Chhatrapati Shivaji, what is taught by the Chanakya ji to Chandragupta, what Krishna taught to Arjuna. उत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चय सुख दुखे समय कृत्वा युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापं वाप्स्यसि. Oh, what terrible! That's the beauty. Sri Hanumanji and all. Single-handedly went and attacked the enemy's camp. Please remember the most important thing. Nirbhayata, that too with respect to defending our culture, tradition of values, we have to teach. You know, the 100 crores we are there, if we force the entire Supreme Court to go into the details and quickly give not only this temple, all temples back to us. क्या होगा देखे जाएंगे? Not only Jnanavapi, every one of them. Do dharna in front of courts for 1 month, 2 months. Get out of all this nonsense from India and constitution. But डरते रहते. डर के जीना मरने से बेस्ट है. It is better to मरो than डरो. Somehow we have to become strong within us. निर्भयत्व सत्व गुण है वो, और भी ही तमो गुण. सुबह उठो डर, साधना करो डर, मॉर्निंग जॉगिंग जाओ डर, एवरीथिंग इज डर. कितना funniest personalities we Hindus have become. Only Hindus. And if some are becoming courageous, daring and questioning all, others pull him down. कमजोर करने के लिए सब तैयार हो रहे हैं, हिम्मत वाले बनने नहीं दे रहे. So try to understand in all its perspectives. The fear is tamoguna. No need to be he, डर होने की नहीं चाहिए. Then the last one in this sequence of explanation of tamoguna, many more which are very near to them, you can add to that the thing called anudyamaha. Already almost in that nidra we have added this sufficiently. Non-initiative is the anudyama is tamoguna. Keeping on procrastinating. Just morning getting up, 20 minutes on the bed only, idhar udhar ghumna. Then taking the brush and paste and not even putting in the mouth. That type of laziness, anudyama. Every action, udyam is parishrama. Anudyam is non-performance, not taking initiative, not struggling, not working hard. सब कुछ आराम से आसान से कोई बनाकर मेरे को देना चाहिए. That sort of tamoguna. And again, in this also, our children are destroyed by the parents in not giving them any training in doing the domestic works or any of the works. Take it from my words, they will suffer so much later on if they don't take a initiative to take responsibility of doing all the things required at home. This alone later on will make them to take the entire country as theirs, so that whatever required for the nation, they will take initiative to do. If they are trained only to sit like a buffalo and get all services, even if they enter into any big offices by the daridra prarabdha of the government or the nation, in that post he will be there to dominate others to get work from them. He will not work. उसका नज़र हमेशा किससे क्या काम कराऊं उसी पे होता है, मैं भी करूं उस पे होता ही नहीं, बिकॉज दैट इज मिसगाइडेड एट होम. From today onwards, teach these few things to your children. Every utensil they use for food eating, they must wash. Otherwise, don't give them the food. Newspaper पे देना उसको बस. The clothes they are wearing, they must wash. If they are above sixth class, whatever the 10 years, you must. Or else tell them newspaper को repeat लेना. Even that also. All the bed sheets, whatever they are, they must fold and keep. And definitely some duties where the groceries have to be brought, anything, make them do. And don't justify telling me, "Swami, mere bachche thoda kaam karte hain." Nonsense. I'm not asking you what they are doing. I want you to make them do all this. Let them do the jadu poncha of the house. Unko karna hai bas. Let them do the cooking business in the kitchen. Divide the breakfast this fellow should do. As they grow in age, they eat like buffalo so much, they should know to make also. Especially the girls, spoiled girls by the parents. Pamper karke, tampering. Anudyamaha. Give them whatever the love you have to give, that's okay. But the love cannot spoil them, no? You are the biggest enemy in that way. क्यों डरते हो बच्चों से? स्वामी जी से डरते नहीं? उनको सर उठा कर देखो, बच्चों के सामने झुक जाते हैं, like in Bhandave, judge in the court. Such a weaklings. You don't deserve to have children then, in that case. If you don't give a good child to the world, better don't have. And ourselves also, first of all, Udyama is for us. In fact, in that family where the wife and husband are father, mother, they are Udyama Yukta from Subha 4 baje to there, then children automatically learn it. By default, if the children learn like that, then train them. नहीं तो कहीं का नहीं रहेंगे हो, निकम्मे बनेंगे हो. Society will scold those parents who have given that a liability to the society. Children, anudyamaha, no. Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani na manorataihi. Nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrugaha. Even it is a king of the jungle, the dare will not come to become a ahara to that. Oh, mere raja, तुम राजा हो ना, तो मैं खुद ही आता हूँ, तुम मेरे को खा लेना. ऐसा करके कोई डियर आता नहीं. Even it's a lion, you'll have to hunt its own prey. In the same way, whatever we desire or want or need to achieve, we have to do the udyama. You want to learn Sanskrit chanting, you must do practice. सुबह 5 बजे उठकर आधा घंटा करना ही पड़ेगा. वेद पठना और मंत्रोच्चारणा. संस्कृत लर्निंग करना है तो यू हैव टू सर्च आउट एंड फाइंड वेयर टू डू. उद्यम करो. If you want to understand the Upanishad details, you have to do the Udyamam. Without Udyama, nothing. Again, our own Gurudev, example for us, he never left any stone unturned in the work which he has taken in hands. We have never seen him waiting for somebody's help or post. No, Udyama, Udyama, Udyama. Nirantar Udyama. उद्यमनम करना है. लाइक द सन, उद्यम उठकर सुबह रुकते नहीं हो. गोइंग ऑन गोइंग ऑन गोइंग ऑन. ऑल द टाइम इज इन द उद्यम. You can see that earth is always rotating. That is its udyama. You can see the entire prakriti is working relentlessly. That's how the entire universe is sustained. Is it not? In our own body. From the time we are born till we die, all the inner systems are doing udyama. रुक गया कभी हार्ट, लंग्स, द ब्लड सर्कुलेशन, एनीथिंग. 1-2 दिन रुक गया तो मर ही जाते हैं. इफ दीज आर ऑल अंडरस्टूड, then this negative guna of udyama should not be allowed to crop in our heart. मेहनत 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 आज से शुरू. फिजिकल मेहनत according to your age and health, whatever permits. Then the mehnat at the level of the mana and buddhi. Buddhi is mehnat of vicharana. Mana mehnat of consciously removing negative all intentions, impurities and replacing them by positive. Physical udyama of subha utkar, yoga, prana, whatever you do, and start all the works that are to be done, including all our spiritual activities. Udyama, udyama. On the move we must be. It is an insult to the prana in us if we don't work, even a moment. करते 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 एक दिन मरना है. ऐसा नहीं कि बिना करते. उद्यम. Wonderful are these things. So, anudyamais tamoguna, krodha, lobha, anrutam himsa, yancha, dambha, klamaha, kalihi, shoka, moha, vishada, arti, nidra, asha, bhihi, anudyamaha. These are all the gunas when totally one is in tamoguna. These are all the lakshana. ढूंढ लो अपने अंदर ऐसा है तो फेंक देना उसको, उखाड़ कर जड़ से. That's called spiritual sadhana. That's why I said Veda Vedanta Brahma Vidya Aham Brahmasmi Satyam Jnanam Anantam. That is all later on. First understand the gunas, their influence, because of which what is the lakshanas we have, try to mold them, modify them. And everything is possible. From Shuddha Sattva, one can fall to the utter Tamoguna level. And with committed mehnat, from the utter Tamoguna, one can come to the Shuddha Sattva also. It takes effort, it takes time. दे दो और क्या करना है. देखो स्पिरिचुअल साधक को एक क्लैरिटी होना है. चाहे 1000 जन्म लगे, I know now what is my goal, I know what is my sadhana, I am doing it. Neither getting distracted, nor getting demoralized, nor getting stagnant, nor worried about too much of result. Result should inspire us to perform. It should not demoralize or frighten us. पता नहीं कब होगा. मेरे को तो है very clear. Keep on doing Shastra Adhyanam, Pracharam, and when the Lord gives that conviction, when the Lord gives a deeper introvertness, it will happen in His own time. And when He gives, we grab it with both hands. There's no doubt about it. In this way, a Adhyatmika sadhaka should very clearly know that I have to remove the rajas tamas and I have to enhance the sattva. And sattva I should entertain, use it for knowing the tattva. In that we have to be clear all the time, all the time. What about the other things of the world? It is always like that. You have gone through all of that. You are promoted to the higher now. But others are doing, they are at that level. You can't say, but वो बच्चे 7 क्लास में पढ़े बैठे हैं, मैं भी जाऊंगा. अरे तू 7 पास होके 8 में आया ना. You should not go back to them. Understood? Don't get misguided by the people who are doing the works lesser than us. भोगी को देख के हमें गाइड नहीं होना चाहिए, मिसगाइड होना नहीं चाहिए. योगी को देख और गाइड होना है हमको. But they are eating, they are indulging. No. But these people are sitting for japa, tapasya for 10 hours. That should be inspiration, not this. Spirituality means we should know whom our mind is observing and getting inspired positively or misguided negatively. Oh, Swami, they are sleeping 8 hours so wonderfully. That is wrong thing. You see, this yogi is sleeping only 4 hours. This he should be inspiration to me. They are enjoying the TV, watching great movie. अरे दिस पर्सन यू सी सुबह से शाम तक 2-2 घंटे लगाकर इतना शास्त्र अध्ययन कर रहा है. दैट शुड बी इंस्पिरेशन. Is it not? Andhenaiva niyamana yathanta. How long we become? This is what I was not able to tell any one of us. I failed utterly. When I tried to say, I didn't learn the way of telling our language, etc. Therefore, it boomeranged only. The only thing telling was, how come you tell me that somebody is calling and I am going? And how can't you tell them that Swami is calling you also, you come here? You understand? This is the only thing we were expecting. It's not that because somebody calling, we leave this. It is you call somebody to this. That conviction. Then I understood, okay, you are not convinced about all these things, otherwise you would have taken all initiative. And if you are coming to class regularly, it's out of some obligation, maybe some attachment, some fear, some sentiment of some association. It truly inspired you, bring 100 people. Then I understood. Then I slowly am withdrawing now. Ishvara wants, it will be done. Nothing to worry. We should know where to get inspired, and we have to inspire people in what? Not getting misguided, not misguiding others also. That is what our contribution for the rishis, for all these Shastra Parampara, Sanatana Dharma. By the way, so now we have done with all these three gunas, Asamishra. Bhagavan now just concludes what he said in that one sloka. Sattvasya rasaschaitaha tamasaschanupurvashaha vruttayo varnita prayaha sannivatam atho shrunu. So, varnita prayaha almost exhaustively explained to you. What vruttayaha means behavior qualities. About of whom sattvasya, the one who is having exclusively sattva guna, his vrittis are varnita. His means his antakaranas. So too, the one who is exclusively in rajas, his vrittis also are described. तामसः दोष दिन तमगुण उनका भी एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. अब सन्निपातम अथो शृणु. Now listen, when these three gunas are in mutual admixture and combination in different quantities, how the persons express, how the antakarana, how the total behavior of that person. 3 or 4 things he tells us. सन्निपातम, गुण सम्मिश्रण होने से व्यक्ति का व्यवहार कैसा होता है. केवल सत्व गुण है तो ऐसा रहेगा, रजस ऐसा, तमस ऐसा. It was taught so far. When these three are mixed up, okay, not under our control, because of some influence, sometimes this is predominant, sometimes that is, sometimes this one, that time we are in Mishrana Sthiti. In that Mishrana Sthiti, how are the behaviors, how the vrittis, how are the thoughts or expressions that are said. First one, Om Sannipatastvahamithi Mametyuddhavaya Matihi Vyavaharaha Sannipataha Manomatrendriyasubhihi. So in this, 2 lakshanas are told of the Sannipata Vyakti, a person in whom these 3 gunas are in the admixture. Like I told you the other day, pure milk से बना हुआ कॉफी, केवल पानी वाला कॉफी, पानी दूध दोनों मिलाने वाला कॉफी. और कुछ कुछ में क्या है ना, डिपेंडिंग ऑन पर्सन, 70 पानी 30 दूध कहते हो, वो पचा नहीं सकते हैं तो नहीं नहीं 70 दूध 30 पानी ही विल से. दिस कॉल्ड सन्निपात. Okay, and he is summarizing only a few things. First thing is what? Ki sannipata ho to aham iti mama iti uddhava yamatihi. Reason, for whatever the reason, be attentive. For whatever the reason, when the aham is strong in me, the idea of me, and that idea of me is everywhere there. When I am in family, my attention is more on me. When I'm in the office, my attention is more on me, not on others, not on the God. Even when I'm a member of any organization, that attention is more on aham, 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 if that is there. So to mama, when the attention more is on mama, off mine, off mine, off mine. So if he's called for a meeting, he will not look for the seating arrangement for everybody or others. He says, मेरा कुर्सी सही लगा है कि नहीं, उसके लेवल सही लगा है कि नहीं, क्वेश्चन ठीक है कि नहीं. So whether it in spiritual world, social world, political world, it is your own domestic world, official world, wherever, if aham and mama are predominant, then the Lord or duty or service to others. That is called the Sannipata Lakshana, first one. And if you take this definition, we are all in this only. जहाँ विजय हमारा दृष्टि हमेशा हमारा ही होता है. Is it not? First, if there are more groups, we say हमारा group को पहले मिलना चाहिए. In that group again it is done, मुझे first मिलना चाहिए. Aham mama. Directly said. That means what? In us, all these three gunas are mixtured way functioning all the time. So, ya matihi aham mama iti. So, aham iti mama iti uddhava ya matihi sa sannipataha. That buddhi where there is strong always utterance or thinking, feeling about aham mama. Even while studying Shastra. Is it not? Shastra adhyana for my own sake can be done. That is not wrong. That is required also. That is what is the beginning. This is what we keep on saying every day. But the possibilities are many other also. No? Okay, I am studying this Shastra to please my Guru, to please the Devatas, the Rishi Parampara, for the sustenance of Sanatan Dharma. I am studying this Shastra so that once I understand, I can spread it for others. Others also can learn. If that also added, which is not of any extra cost, then we are into Shuddha Sattva Guna. If that is not there, even Shastra भी मैं अपने लिए कर रहा हूँ. That is the mixture of these three gunas. सन्निपातः अहम मम. और कब कौन सा ज्यादा होता है, we don't know in these three, but they are in the mixed state of these three gunas. So aham iti mama iti ya buddhi sa sannipataha. This is one. Therefore, as an outcome of this first definition of Sannipata, second thing, very spashta and complete. What he says, Vyavahara Sannipataha. Therefore, entire Vyavahara is Sannipata. And which Vyavahara? Mano Matra Indriya Asubhihi Vyavahara Sannipata. All our Vyavahara, where the Buddhist discrimination, and discussing and deciding what is the ultimate real goal to be achieved and also what is the best process. Without thinking, where all our vyavahara is only based on mana, its emotions, its projection, its sentiments, then indriya, because of the attraction of the indriyas, prompted by the indriyas. Asu means pranas, because the pranamaya kosha of the hunger and thirst, and deha, depending on the deha. सो देहेंद्रिय मनो प्राण लेवल पे जो भी व्यवहार है वो बहुत सारा तीनों गुणों का मिक्सचर से है. सो मनोमात्र इंद्रिय अशुभि ही व्यवहार सन्निपातः. Here matra means the objects of the world. Dealing with the object with senses backed by the pranas and the mind. All that vyavahara is the mishran of tamoguna. That's the mishran of the three gunas. And the entire world of 700 population are in this only, most of it. Then what is the main point that is to be caught here? Ki for them everything is important is vyavahara only. Beyond the vyavahara, they don't see. Like in the morning class, we are trying to learn about the Samhita Upanishad or Sandhi Upasana. If somebody is doing that, they are not at the level of Manomatra Indriya, so they have come up to the Buddhi level. And beyond that, behind that, if they are able to find the hand of that infinite Paramatma, they are not only become Buddhijivi, they become Sukshma Buddhijivi. With that Sukshmaya Buddhya only, that which is everywhere there but not seen will be able to be apprehended by us, not otherwise. So ये तीनों गुण एक दूसरे का दोस्त बनकर हम अगर ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं देने से वो क्या है ना, हमको मनोमात्र इंद्रियास में घुमाते हुए, वेन एवर वी ट्राई टू क्वेश्चन इट, लाइक वेन एवर द laborers try to question the owner, the bonded laborers, that time he gives him some extra money or some drink or some food, and he makes him happy and pacifies that agitation or revolt for that time. In the same way, wherever some agitation or revolt happens, some incentive is given and pacified, keeping us at only the level of mana, matra, indriya, asu, not allowing us to use the intellect. Living with wife for all the 50 years, but never ever thought even once what is the meaning of patni as per our shastra, how I have to behave with her, what I have to give her, what I have to get from her, together how we have to love each other, help each other, ultimately together what we have to reach. कभी पढ़ा हमने? No, manomatra indriyasu, only at that level. Wife means mana in the loving level. Matra, he will cook and give the food. Indriya and asu, only that much. She also thinks like that only. अरे भाई दोनों मिलकर ये पूरे सृष्टि का एक शोभा है. Their togetherness should add to every aspect of the world. World's wealth, world's richness, world's positive vibrations, world's subtle thoughts. And as they grow little, the next generation, as efficient as them, they have to give to the world and go. That is called a पति पत्नी रिश्ता. और ये तो कौन बात कर रहे हैं सब? यहाँ तक आ गया कि each parents also they are not caring now. छोड़ो, in then some ashram, some old age home, sent from America, 50,000 per month, and then says, with all arrogance, I'm sending 40, 50,000 to my parents. They're very happy, luxuriously in that villa type of old age home. Everything. One servant also, person also I kept. They take care of them. Justify हो रहा है. Stupid parents also are like that. They are missing all the joy of being with children as well as the joy of teaching them from whatever they experience they learned of the higher values and all. मिल ही नहीं रहे बच्चे. बच्चों को पेरेंट्स बिठाकर शास्त्रीय नीति नियमों को पढ़ाना है, बिठाकर. चाहे बच्चा 70 साल का हो, आप 90 का हो, फिर भी this is there still in some places like in Punjab and all. बुजुर्ग लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा सुनाते हैं, बच्चे सुनते भी हैं. That's why there the flavor of life is little different in all India में. Some Orthodox South Indian also they are there. Some children, some अभी वो भी चले गए सब. They are put in all English medium convent schools. They are busy in becoming doctor, lawyer and all. They are not getting time or giving time. That's how Gurudev started all these classes. Even to them also we don't send our children. So Manomatra Indriya Asuvihi Vyavaharaha is a mixture of the gunas. That's not our goal. Our goal is to reduce tamas rajas, increase sattva, engage with that sattva in the pursuit of ultimate. We are not here to only analyze the three gunas like a technical person. No, we are sadhakas. We are trying to become Bhagavatas. To such people, Bhagavan is teaching all this. देखो हमारा आइडेंटिटी क्या है पहले हमेशा याद रखो. उसके हिसाब से आपके सामने जो रखा है उसके साथ आपको डील करना है. We are not here research scholars to study the three gunas and their analysis. We are here humble, simple seekers to become Bhagavatas, which will be possible only when we increase ourselves in Sattva Guna. So by saying so, what is said? When this Dhendriya Manobuddhi level life is called as Vyavahara, once in a while rise over the Vyavahara to see which is spiritual. And to a highly evolved persons into which you are entering now, spiritual sadhana alone is main Vyavahara. व्यवहार में बीच में थोड़ा थोड़ा spirituality लाना is a beginning. Later on, my main vyavahara is spirituality. They are, meant for great leaps and evolutions. So by udtai, within 5 minutes, get ready and your dhyanam. Then little japa. Then you have done your puja adi. Then your study of the books, attending the class, and इसमें मेरा व्यवहार ही आध्यात्मिक होना चाहिए. He is entering into sattva guna. You will see it is requires 5-6 years minimum. Consistent. Kam se kam utna. Depending on the khachra, how much we have in us. We have taken 2 years now, 3-4 more years. This is a main crucial period, next to 1 year, where all our inner angers, frustrations, suppressions, desires, and the dislikings for the Guru, Shastra, जो भी पहले के थे, they try to attack you in one or the other excuse form to take you away from this class. 1 year. If you are able to withstand to that, thereafter, ये वही तैतरे ऐतरे श्वेतासुर चांदोग्य बृहदारण्यक योग वासिष्ठ, all these you will be able to study along with me. To me also, I may be attacked by different types of enemies to discontinue the classes. I have to be very careful about it. It may be health, it may be demoralization, it may be non-cooperation. I may have these type of things. In spite of that, relentlessly when I do, so to you. What I am telling all this, after making sadhana only as vyavahara, yet to go to higher heights, in between whatever obstacles come, we should be able to conquer them. One of them is this, as I said. This is a continuation of minimum 6 years it takes for us to become totally spiritual in our vyavahara. Wherever we go, we don't go anywhere first of all. Is it not? We are so busy in our highest occupation. How can we be, यहाँ आके आप थोड़ा रिबन काटिए. वाट रिबन काटने के लिए एक दिन वहां तक जाकर किसके लिए? ताली बजाने के लिए. नथिंग डूइंग. तुम काट लेना अपना. बहुत काटा हमने जिंदगी में. जिंदगी कट रही है, अदर खत्म हो रही है. हाउ कैन रिबन काटो? No, we love you, we great, you may love me, I also love you, but I love my sadhana more. हाँ, फिनिश ऑल ऑब्लिगेशंस एंड ऑल. भागा दौड़ी मत करना इधर से उधर हॉपिंग. आफ्टर सर्टेन एज, स्टिक टू योर साधना. Like I believe, I can't insist from you that you are little satisfied with your regular classes. It's a great joy if you have. I to have. If our regular coming to class is so joyful, which is out of your own sacrifice and effort, no doubt. Now imagine how will be the satisfaction if we apply ourselves, our deeper study and sadhana. Don't you want to have that joy? We should have it. That's how make entire day's vyavahara only spiritual. Tell your wife or husband or children, भाई दिन भर मैं अपने काम में करता हूँ, कोई जरूरत है तो I'll call you. If not, it's all good. Somebody's health is not good, okay, take their help, go to hospital, come. I tell you, बच्चे भी खुश हो जाते हैं. And उनका ऐसा आदत बनाना भी है. What is आदत here? They should not trouble you, you should not trouble them, and later on they must know when my Dadaji became old, then he said, I'll do my sadhana. When that fellow become old, he'll remember you. Otherwise, what will he say? Even my Dada is 90, still he was behind me only. He was becoming Ghoda Gada to me. He will also become like that when he becomes 90. This is how we have to be very careful when subtly Krishna is indicating that Tehendriya Mana Asu level mein rehna is, it is Vyavahara, that Vyavahara is Mishrana of the Gunas. That means what? Don't be in only the Vyavahari Jagat where the Guna Mishrana alone is there, in which something is done, something is gained, some pleasure has come. That's not the goal. I'm informing you. I'm not telling you that is ultimate. Krishna is saying. तो जो भी बंदे व्यवहार में फंसे हैं, जो भी बंदे देन्द्र मनो प्राण में असु में फंसे हैं, they are all in the influence of the guna mishranam, mishrita guna. In the same way, earlier line was aham, mama and mahyam, me, mine and for me. When these three are there, that time also he is in the guna. Now, how to understand it is this is so? Because in the pure spirituality, aham mama is not only with one upadhi. They say sarva jagat is aham and sarva is mama. So too in the second sadhana, what is the meaning of sannipata or vyavahara, dehendriya asabhi? As I said now, the interest is more and more on the cause, on the substratum, on the divinity. That is called as you are entering to sattva. If you are not at all giving time to that, but only in your own domestic vyavahara and all, you are in the mission of three gunas. This better than being a lazy, but not better than the ultimate Sattva-guna, which was mentioned in the first three shlokas itself. Now two more are told. Very clear it is, non-ambiguous. Aham mama guna sammishranam. Dehendriya prana manaha guna sammishranam. Clear? Third one. Dharme cha arthe cha kame cha yada asau parinishthitaha गुणानाम सन्निकर्षोऽयं श्रद्धारतिधनावहः. देखो, अयम गुणानाम सन्निकर्षः. This is also the admixture of the guna. When it happens, this is how the behavior is. What is that? Dharme arte kame cha yada asau parinishthitah. Now, when he is telling, it looks to be positive, beautiful. ओ बंदा जो धर्मार्थ काम में उनको पाने में निष्ठा पाया है, it is not appreciating and encouragement. It is kicking only. What is the meaning of kicking here? This fellow is parinishthita in dharma artha kama and not in moksha. That is what he is saying. Very subtle way of saying here. Parinishta hai. Kisme? Not in moksha, but other three purusharthas. Dharma artha kame yada aso parinishthita. And then he says, Gunanam sanikarsha ayam is a mixture of three gunas. Then how his expression is Shraddha Ratihi Dhana Avaha. When he is a little Sattva guna has come in him, in the mixture of them, suddenly he gets Shraddha in the Dharma. He gets interested in doing that duty. 1 week he takes care of wife, her children, her parents. Suddenly धर्म में अच्छा लग रहा है उनको, श्रद्धा आ गया. That means in the mixture में सत्व गुणा little predominant, and it is not there the whole day. After the second one, arthe. When the artha is got the interest, then ratihi. Rati means dynamism. The prompting to earn wealth pushes him to be active and dynamic. That time the Rajoguna got activated in him. When Sattva-guna activated in him, he gets Shraddha in himself to do the Dharma. When the Rajoguna gets activated in him, the Kriya starts in him to get the Artha. So, the Sattva-guna, Shraddha, Dharma, one set. Rajoguna, activity and Artha or the Dhana is second set. Then Tamoguna, then, what is the word said? Sorry, the Dhana will go with Dhanavaha, Artha and Dhanavaha. Activity to earn the wealth goes with Rajoguna. Then Shraddha for doing Dharma goes with Sattva-guna. Then the Kamana indulgence comes when it is Tamoguna in the Kama, third Purushartha. Okay, indulgence in the objects to fulfill the Kamana is the Lakshana when Tamoguna comes. So Shraddha, Rati, Dhanavaha happen in him because of three gunas to perform or to involve in Dharma, Artha, Kama. He is in the Guna Sammishrana. Means what? When he gets Shraddha, which is the expression of Tamoguna, that he'll use only for doing Dharma. He will not use it for moksha. Many people are there that way. Every day they get that positive quality of Shraddha, of Sattva Guna, and they do their Dharma or duty. There are so many wonderful doctors, old time doctors. उनको इतनी सत्वगुण डेली होती है ना, श्रद्धा से आकर अपने पेशेंट्स को देखने वाला धर्म सुबह से शाम तक करते. That only they do. The point of it is what? Tell them, even if they're 70 years, भाई हो गया थोड़ा सा अध्यात्म में आ जाओ. Swami ji, my God is in my own patients only. So they made God as patient. It is not that they are highly spiritual visionaries that they are saying, like Bhagavan Shivanandji and all. They see Bhagavan only in the patient and they teach. They treat as their seva. This person speaks to shut my mouth and don't involve me. I'm not interested today. I'm still in that only. He is enjoying that duty. Not bad, but not the best. देखो, हमेशा याद रखना, जितना भी सोशल सर्विस करो, फिर भी यू आर इन द इग्नोरेंस ऑफ ड्युअलिटी, नो, in the ignorance of the ultimate self. Therefore, we are always in the bandhan only. Like how much or yajna aga punya we do, we are again bound by some or the other avajahi into the swarga and all that. It's not liberation. But that you can't convey to them. Unless they surrender. Swami, this many years I've done. What do you say next? You say, then it's very good, you have done, congratulations. Continue doing. But start adding 2 or 3 pages of study of Gita. This is how we tell him. Then slowly, when the third, fourth visit, we say, But these all karma which you have done as a karma yoga in service. Look into yourself. If you feel freed within you with satisfaction that you have justified, then now embark in the higher sadhana of your own self redemption. Because the amount of seva a self redemption person of sadhu yogi can do to the world, no doctor, lawyer, prime minister can do. Because his presence is so powerful, so divine, so guiding, that it molds a person from the bandhana marga toward the mukti marga. A doctor, when he treats a patient, he will not convert him to the mukti marga. He will make him more भोगी only. Because अब तबीयत ठीक हो गया, वो यही पूछता है, डॉक्टर साहब मैं अभी खा सकता हूँ आपकी दवाई से मैं ठीक हो गया, कैन आई ईट द फूड? गो eat. He will make only a bhogi after treating the rogi to be healthy. But a guru, a jnani, his contribution is to mold the minds of people from the eternal binding to the eternal liberty. Therefore, you with your efforts became doctor and served. Great. Now you with your effort become your own self as a yogi, know the self, get liberated, then do that seva. This is ultimate. Every one of you have to become the Adhyatmika sadhakas and siddhas and the pracharakas. You lot are trained for that only by the Lord. Those are regularly coming. उन सबको भगवान. And I can visualize also. Each of you in your own highly evolved states of spiritual sadhana and contributing to that divine cause. This is not our Guru Parampara Sankalpa it is. Few are chosen for that great mission. Those who are simple, humble, down to earth like you. Few of you. No egos, no assumptions, none of anything. Simple. Coming regularly, listening, giving whatever is given is taken. Not too much of argument or questioning or fighting or कुछ नहीं हो such simple heart. How loving भगवान feels to see. उनको तो भगवान प्रायोरिटी में आकर एडजस्टमेंट खुद ही कर कर सारा सिम सिम खुल जाओ कर देते हैं. They will open up all the secrets of truth. You know, what we have not achieved in thousands of lives, in last 2 years we have achieved. That to know the self alone is the liberating ultimate goal. Whether we do it or not, or shuru hoga, no doubt about it. But to get convinced itself is an achievement. How many people bhataking from one guru to the other, one class to the other, still they are in search only or where to go or stick. And when will they stably listen at one place and get convinced? You and I are now clear. That conviction we are becoming strong, making stronger and stronger, and we are slowly preparing ourselves to walk on that path. This is the dane of Guru Parampara for those who are regular. This is moksha purushartha. Not doing that, only satisfied at the level of dharma, because sattva guna, when the shraddha to perform the dharma comes, it is a mixture of the gunas. It is squint eye, better than no eye. इस तरह से गुड्डिलो मेल्ला ऐसे in Telugu. Not a pure vision. So, how many are told so far? One is wherever aham mama is there, that is called mishranam. Wherever the vyavahara is there at the indriya manabuddhi, it is mishranam. And also wherever with shraddha and rati and dhanavaha, because of sattva guna, where there is dharma artha kama alone is followed, that also the mixture of three gunas. That means the whole world is in the mixture of three guna. That is why nobody is very bad, nobody is the best in sattva guna also. कोई पूरा बुरा बन सिर्फ कुछ टेररिस्ट लोग these Naxalites, they are there, terribly bad, and very good only some highly saintly people are there. All of us are sometimes good. Every day you can see Satoguna comes, Shraddha comes, and you remember some duty, you do it. Rajoguna comes, mood to Anumani comes, you do something and Tamoguna comes, indulge in the rati and sleep. Daily हमको इन तीनों का असर दिखने को मिलता है in our own lives. Mediocre people, most of us are like that. But being in that, slowly we have to enhance sattva in us. That's the goal. Now, next one, pravrutti lakshane nishtha puman yarhi gruhashrame swadharme chanutishteta gunanam samitirhisa. See, pravrutti lakshane nishtha. Very fully, convincingly established in the pravrutti, extrovertedness. Yarhi gruhashrame, and sticking to his own gruhashrama. Where Swadharme cha anuthishteta. He is very diligently, clearly understanding his Swadharma as the Grahastha, and as a Grahastha, knowing his Swadharma, he is very much interested in Pravarti of working and earning money and giving to family members, working in the society and having all social relations, meeting and mingling with the friends and relatives. ये सारे जो गृहस्थाश्रमी गृहस्थाश्रम के धर्म को प्रेम से निष्ठा से करते हैं, इन विच pravritti is the pradhanata. All that also is guna sammishranam. Even not doing that, being a grahastha is tamoguna. Slowly withdrawing from that is called as you are entering to vanaprastha. Focusing only on Paramatma, you are in the sannyasa ashrama. That is sattva guna. So clear it is. All grahasthas who are decently, wonderfully taking care of their grahasthasrama dharma with the pravritti, of course, because without pravritti, grahasthasrama cannot be maintained. गृहस्थाश्रम में बंधु मित्रों को फोन करने पड़ता है, वो बुलाते हैं तो जाना पड़ता है. How that is very essential in that. Being in grihastha not doing all that won't help you. Just like being in sannyasa ashrama, to be in pravritti will not help you. You have to be withdrawing toward your own inner being and self. So, this is what grihastha pravritti dharmanishta is also Mishrana of the three gunas. Aham mama Mishrana of three gunas. Dharmartha kama with Shraddha, Rati and Dhanavaha is also guna Mishranam. And also the Indriya Prana level living is guna. So 4 points are told. Aham mama bhavaha, living at the level of the Indriya Prana Mano Buddhi. Then only living at the Dharmartha kama, then living as a grahastha with pravritti with dharma. These are called as Mishranam. So in all of them, lightly here and there the spiritual aspect is there, not importance given. Like, chalo, a Sunday, hey, let's go to God's temple. So Shraddha came, they feel going to temple is good, so whole family takes a vehicle, go and come. In that, the Lord is our goal, we have to surrender to Him. These are not there. They take one Ariel, baap hod ke, ghar le aate hain, that's it. That's a part of Grahastha Ashrama, together to go to some pilgrim places, etc. Not going there as an exclusive sadhana to know the truth. If anybody has that idea, he will not take the family. उनके तुम घर जाओ, अगले बार सब मिलकर जाएंगे. अभी मुझे एक हफ्ते जाकर ध्यान करके आना है. He does an attempt and comes, and that attempt itself is achievement. That's how any grahastha, how much ever busy he is, if he is beyond 48, 50, 55, should start taking time for himself. 1 week, हफ्ता छुट्टी, कहीं जाओ, कुछ ना कुछ एकांत में साधना करके आना. Where you are all alone there. It's a beginning for the Vanaprastha ashrama. Clear? This is how it is. So after saying said so, just Bhagavan is summarizing here. Purusham sattva samyuktam anumiyat shamadibhihi kamadibhihi rajo yuktam krodhadaihi tamasayutam. So as it was said in the second shloka, where Shama, Damaha, Ityadi gunas are explained, if you see in any person all of them distinctly, clearly, understand is Sattva-guni. It can be you also. So to Kamadivi Rajo Yuktam, where it is said Kama Iha Madastrushna Ityadi in the third shloka, if in anybody those gunas should see predominantly, understand that is in Rajo Guna, it can be ourselves. And most of us also go through this period of only in Kama Adi Ityadi, which are the guna of Rajas, Rajoguna Lakshana. So to third one, Krodhadyahi. If somebody is in Krodha, Lobha, Anruta, Himsa, which we are discussing last 2 days, the Tamoguna Lakshanas, understand he is Tamoguna mein bhara hua hai. Why Bhagavan is saying here? Only to say that be careful with those persons therefore. If one is Tamoguna Yukta, ज़्यादा उनको छेड़ो मत, don't get misguided. If he is Rajoguna Yukta, दूर से नमस्ते. But if he is Sattva-guna, with all the Shraddha and all that Shamodhamati Diksha, दोस्ती करके उनसे, उनके कंपनी में रहो, तो those gunas will be yours. This is to be careful, it is said. In the same way, you can observe yourself. Right now, you are in which level? Shuddha Sattva, Shuddha Tamas or Mishranam. Is it not? If you are in Mishranam, come to the Shuddha Sattva level. Even Shuddha Rajotama also come to Shuddha Sattva. Our goal is always Shuddha Sattva, and after that, with that Shuddha Sattva, knowing the Tattva. Blind hona chahiye usme. Blind in the sense, it is convinced, because there is no greater understanding than this, greater conviction than this, greater pursuit than this. To get Sattva Guna, to use the Sattva Guna for Tattva Jnanam. अब इतना पढ़ने के बाद इसमें कन्विक्शन नहीं आया मीन्स यू आर इंसल्टिंग मी द स्पीकर एंड द शास्त्रास एंड योर ओन लिसनिंग। स्वामी जी 2 साल से सुन रहा हूँ लेकिन अभी समझ में नहीं आया कि मैं धर्म करूँ, काम करूँ, अर्थ करूँ या नहीं तो मोक्ष करूँ। Now there should be no doubt regarding the goal. Regarding the practice, everybody will have to struggle depending on in which of these three things फंसे हुए हैं। धर्म में फंसने वाले, अर्थ में, काम में। बाहर आने का मेहनत अलग है, लेकिन मोक्ष ही लक्ष्य है वाला दृढ़ होना चाहिए अभी तक। After this much of listening, clear? Do the struggle. I have to go there, but that should be clear. Then how to go, what are the vehicles, then road, negotiation, travel, following the rules. वो तो फिर that is a suffer. Sohana suffer, the Hindi wala travel. Travel will take its own effort and time, but where you want to go, are you clear or not still? नहीं स्वामी लगता है मेरे को ना मैं भी थोड़ा इंद्र चंद्र बंद्र बनूं। मुझे कुछ इंद्र बनना है स्वामी जी, थोड़ा सा मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनूं, प्रधानमंत्री, रक्षा मंत्री, कुछ बनकर ना फिर मैं सोचता हूँ। अरे इतना बड़ा पूरा भागवत वी आर स्टडीइंग, वी हैव सीन ब्रह्मदेव, इंद्र आदि, they are also feeling jealous and came down and got kicked by the Lord, scolded by the Lord. They are reported stories, unreported और भी होंगे। Still we want that only. You and have no excuse after reading Bhagavad that other than moksha, we can never desire anything like Parikshit. He was cursed with Mrityu. Devatas came. They could have given him Amrita and he can become immortal. He could have, there were 100 options for Parikshit. Is not, he can request the Rishi Muni to reduce the Shapa. He can do Upasana of Narayan only and tell him, please see that this snake should not bite me. He did not choose any option. He chose only one option, two options. One, till death I will not eat or drink. That's called Prayopavesha. Second is discover Paramatma through Shravana of the Bhagavata and Satyam Param Dhimahi, then Projita Kaitava Paramadharmaha. He was so convinced. देखो एवरीवेयर गीता में प्रस्तुत में तो युद्ध किया अर्जुन ने, बट ही हैज एम्ड एट इज मोक्ष पुरुषार्थ ओनली. दैट्स व्हाई वी स्टडी गीता. Vishnu Sahasranama. Though there are slokas for Parayanam, people imagine, but each of them are only to discover Paramatma. That's why he took it, the text. Vedanta Dindima for Moksha Purusha. Taittiriya is not for time pass. It is Brahma Vidapnot Param Sadepyasha Bhakta or Satyam Jnanam Brahma. Every of our class is only to indicate to us that the Moksha Purushartha by knowing the self is our ultimate goal, already existing in Shastra. We have to take it as our goal. Then how to pursue that? Then the artha, kama, dhana, keeping on pulling you down because of the habits of millions of lives. Then with upasana, with self-discrimination, self-discipline, with sacrifice, we have to slowly come out of this daldal. साधना में कठिनता होगा, साधना डिले होगा, साधना में तो होने दो, बट गोल क्या है पहले पूछ लो. Has the इच्छा has become शुभेच्छा or still you are अशुभ इच्छा only? Anything other than Paramatma is अशुभ इच्छा. धर्म अर्थ काम चाहिए, अशुभ इच्छा. मोक्ष चाहिए, शुभ इच्छा. वो बना कि नहीं देख लेना. $1 million point. On this only our future lives depend. Because what decides our life is what? Our deepest desire along with our debts to the world around. If the deepest desire, heart in heart, is dharma, artha, kama, we will never be given chance to be born in that place where the mumukshta or moksha becomes easier. Because your desire itself is not that. On the other hand, if the deep desire in me that I must know the truth, I must know the self, I must discover what is the Brahma Tattva, what is the experience of the Brahmatmya Bodha, heart in heart, very deeply that is there. ऊपर ऊपर कुछ भी हो जाए out of prarabdha, but Bhagavan will first place you in that place where the moksha purushartha is fulfilled by you, for you. देखो हम डिसाइड करते हैं हमारा आगे वाला क्या होता है. and also our debts for the people if you have taken. So minimum things if you take, then you don't depend on others. If you give maximum to the people, then they only serve you in the next life. And we don't need anything from anybody. We are so busy in our own pursuit. At the most क्या चाहिए हमको? को जीने के लिए थोड़ा रोटी चाहिए, को कपड़ा, एक जगह रहने हो गया. The remaining is only inner journey, inner journey, inner journey. ऐसा 3-4 जन्म करना पड़ता है. Only for the moksha purushartha, intensely in sadhana, not caring for any dharma artha kama, or living in artha kama, no kama, artha is only livelihood minimum. Then only the impurities go away, the subtleties will come, Shuddha Sattva Guna will grow, introvertedness will happen, the grossnesses will go away, the subtle self starts understandable to us and starts happening to us. So in this way, Bhagavan has said up to this. Now, again, throughout this chapter, from here onwards, Sattva-guna behavior, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna behavior, Tamoguna behavior, all that only being again and again spoken from different angles. For example, this one shloka we will see, that's all. Yada bhajati mam bhaktya nirapekshah swakarmavihi tam sattva prakritim vidyatu purusham striyameva va. Whether it is Purusha or Stri, whether in India or abroad, wherever they are, if they are Mam Bhajati Bhaktya, if they are serving me with full devotion, while doing so, Nirapekshakaha, there are no any expectations for them. Swakarma bihi, they are fully following their Swadharma karma, that also offering to the Lord as their bhakti, and also whatever sadhanas indicated for bhakti, they are doing them also without any apeksha. Tam, such individual, sattva prakritim vidyat. Know that person to be of sattva prakriti, whether it is man or woman. See how important is this. Are we in this state of mind? Or Rajas Tamas? What is the Rajas Tamas? It will be told in the next 2 shlokas. दिन भर क्या कर रहे हो? जो भी मेरा धर्म है किया है, offer to God. Still lot of time is there. All divine related Shravanam, Kirtanam, Swaranam, Padasevanam I am doing. If somebody is coming and asking you, or God only is coming asking you, तो इतना कर रहे हो, what are you expecting out of it? No, doing itself is my fulfillment. This upasana, etc. I want nothing. So through his own swakarma, the one who is doing seva to Bhagwan with full bhakti, not expecting anything, is most important point there. He is in Sattva Guna. Means what? In doing seva to the Lord out of devotion, he found his fulfillment. A Sattva Guni is like that. Rajoguni also does seva to the Lord with bhakti, but not nirapeksham. Through that seva, he wants something of the world for his own power or enjoyment. That decides. That's why all the 3 people go to temple. One to complain about the others, second to desire from the Lord, third is to offer himself to the Lord. First one is Tamoguni, second Rajo, first is Sattva. So when this Lakshana is told, then when we observe ourselves, if we have our attitude of the second and third grade, we have to come to the first grade. So why will you go to Vaishnava Devi Mata now? Not for improvement in your business. Not for, जी मेरे बच्चों का इनका कल्याण हो जाए. हो गया अभी. Go to Vaishnava Mata only to please her. Mother, I am coming to you to offer my pranam, salutations, gratitudes to you. कहने कुछ नहीं चाहिए. माता जी लास्ट को क्या चाहिए? I don't want anything. आपका दर्शन हो गए हो और क्या चाहिए? No, if somebody can say like that, how much his mind must be freed from this raga, dvesha और काम क्रोध और विषय वासनास. वही बंदा कह सकता है ना. Is it a person full in his stomach? You offer anything, कहते कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मैं full. अच्छा भूखा प्यासा है, कहते और लाओ. So to a person is matured in his vivek, vairagya and contented, ऐसा कुछ नहीं चाहिए. The other fellow who has not crossed his vasanas negative, वो भाग माता के बाद जाके लोटपोट होकर मैं अपना हाथ पैर काटूंगा, आप मुझे नहीं दोगे, वो नहीं दोगे. इसका तामसिक भक्ति. See, in Vedanta, what is ultimate thing? कुछ नहीं चाहिए. You are already liberated. हाँ, you are, because you are already full. The desire is the disease which is covering the fullness and making us feel emptied. That's the delusion. We have already seen in Taitya Upanishad Bhashyam, Atma Kama hi Apta Kama. Otherwise, the one which pushes us to each life is our karma phala. Karma phala is because of karma, karma is because of kamana. Kamana is because of vasana and avidya. Avidya of the self and the vasanas for the kamana. Therefore, vidya से अविद्या को निकालो, then कर्म योग अष्टांग योग भक्ति योग के द्वारा वासनाएं निकालो. See that is no desire in the mind. Thereafter, the life is an expression of our love for the Lord in the form of society. Lord in the form of society, just sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. Fulfillment in that. That should be our antakarana, prepared. Like you make your own house neat and clean now for the guests to come. So too for the Lord to enter into our heart, we have to make our heart free from all these kachara of tamas rajas and decorate it with full sattva-guna. And in sattva-guna, hundreds of things are there. But main thing is nirahankara niswartha prema, expressed as seva. Ahankara rahita, swartha rahita, prema, vyakta as a seva. Vas. How beautiful it is. Further, this is how each guna 3333 sattva tamas, he goes on telling till the end of chapter, but very informative, exhaustively informative. Then, inspiring or not, it is subjective. Committed or not, also is your own choice. Consistent in commitment in practice or not, is your own hands. Those who are like that, they get the result. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagavana Ki Jai. Bhagavad Mahapurana Ki Jai. Ved Vyasa Devadi Bhagavatacharya Ki Jai. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. Chalo, let us do Ramayanam.